Sister.
You gonna join us?
Hey everyone, Dan and Leslie back for another Disney dining review.
Today we are headed over to the Italy Pavilion at Epcot and going to Tutto Italia. We've never been here. We've been to Tutto Gusto before, but never to the actual restaurant.
Yeah, Tutto Gusto is a great little wine cellar. It's hard when you're talking about Epcot. There's so many great places to eat, and then festival booths on top of that most of the year. And when you're talking about kind of obscure little, not really obscure, but if we're talking about an Italy Pavilion with a table service dining reservation, we're probably going to be in Napoli. I'm excited about this one. I'm excited to see what they have to offer and how good it is because we've never been here.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it as well. I've already taken a peek at the menu. There's quite a few tasty looking things on here. There's lots of like the antipasti on here, from anywhere from like grilled Mediterranean octopus, calamari, some salads like Caesar salad and a caprese salad, to a carpaccio, prosciutto, like all kinds of things. And then for like the other courses, there's a salmon, a New York strip steak, chicken parmesan, and a slow braised chuck short rib.
It's a little expensive.
With Maine lobster ravioli. I know. But then there's pasta dishes, which this is what I have my eye on. I have my eye on a risotto gamberi melon. So it's a risotto with shrimp and cantaloupe, which sounds very intriguing to me. I've heard such good things about the melon pizza over at Via Napoli, and I haven't tried it yet. Then I feel like I have to try this.
Okay, well, there's only one way to find out, and we are running late, so are you ready?
Let's do it.
Let's do this.
We have arrived and our drinks and bread have gotten here. So I got the Italicus Spritz. I'm a big martini fan, and this intrigued me because it had an olive in it with Prosecco and some kind of Italian liqueur, and it's quite tasty. Then we got some bread, some rolls with olive oil. She did offer butter as well. So it's just olive oil. There's no seasoning or anything in it. There's very good olive oil. That most definitely came from Italy. It's delicious.
And I got the sangria. It's quite good. They've done a good job with that. The red wine and the fruit juices. It's tasty. For an appetizer, we got the calamari with spicy, ooh, that's hot, with spicy marinara sauce. So it looks like marinara sauce with crushed red pepper in there. It's great marinara. It's not super chewy like some calamari is. I very much like that. That's done really well. Got a light breading on it. You just keep filming and I will eat the rest of this.
That is some of the best calamari I've had. You're right, it's not chewy at all. It's done very well. My risotto has arrived with the shrimp and the melon, a cantaloupe, so I'm so intrigued by this. All right, let's see. Okay, the risotto is cooked very well, like just perfect. I didn't get any shrimp in that bite, but the melon flavor, like the sweetness from that cantaloupe, is really good, and I can see how it's gonna balance really well with that shrimp, so I'm excited.
I got the gnocchi. It was what the waitress said was her favorite dish, which has got a burrata cheese, so a very fresh burrata on top of that, so that looks amazing. Super fresh. Now, let me try it without the burrata. Kind of a plain tomato sauce, but the gnocchi is super well cooked, very, very soft, and you get a little bit of that burrata cheese in there as well, and it just adds that creamy texture. Very well done.
Okay, so our tiramisu has arrived. It looks similar to the one that we had at Maria and Enzo's that was like kind of just one big square, but I'm hoping that this one is a little better. It is. Well done. We're gonna finish this up at home after we devour this because it's delicious.
All right, we are back.
Okay, we're gonna get into this upscale Italian restaurant. But first, if you're looking to plan your next magical vacation, please reach out to us over at fantasticalvacations.com. We plan Disney destinations, Universal cruise lines, and all-inclusive resorts.
It's hard being a table service restaurant. I know I've said this before, but it's hard being a table service restaurant in Epcot. There's just so much competition, not just other table service competition, but like food and wine competition, Festival of the Arts, like all the festival booths, and then all the quick service stuff, and then all the snacks on top of that. It's like, where to even start?
Well, and it's funny, even being in Italy, so at the very end of our meal, a manager of some kind came by just to check to see how things were. And she asked if we had been before, and we said no. And she said, have you eaten in Italy at all? And I said, yeah, we always kind of go to Via Napoli. And she was like, of course you do. So I mean,
she's heard that before.
Yeah. But so, I mean, that makes it even harder because you've got this fantastic pizza that you're competing against. And then I feel like this one is a little more upscale. It's a little more pricey, but it was quite good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, okay, let's just dive in. So ambiance and theming was actually pretty good. Carpeted floors, fabric booths. The tables were spaced out pretty well from each other. Even like the booths that were like next to each other had like a high divide between them. So it wasn't like you were looking into somebody else's entree as they were eating it or anything. So I appreciate the ambiance of the restaurant. It was not overly loud in there. It did start filling up a lot more as we were finishing up because we had a little bit earlier of a dinner or a later lunch, however you look at that. And so I think the ambiance was actually pretty decent. Theming was fine.
It was cute. Yeah. I mean, so it had murals all over the walls. So you kind of felt like you were in Italy, and everyone that we encountered there was Italian. I mean, we were hearing people speaking Italian, so that was super fun.
I do like the murals. I mean, it was definitely on brand Italy.
Oh,
I felt like it could be an upscale. I mean, I've never been to Italy, but it felt like an Italian restaurant upscale.
Yeah.
Anyway, definitely above average. Did not feel crammed in there. Did not have a bunch of kids running around or anything like that. It was nice.
Yes. So we gave it a 4.
Let's talk service. So our waitress was from Milano. Well, that's Milan, right?
I don't know.
Italy. She was from Italy. She was lovely. She was nice. You know, no like crazy, like over the top, like backstories or anything like that. But she was pleasant. She refilled our waters a couple of times, actually. It got a little bit slow there. Like the appetizer came out super fast, and then it got a little bit slow towards the end, and then we were kind of waiting on our check for a little bit. So it started off a little stronger than it ended.
Yeah.
But not bad. I mean, still above average.
Yeah. So we gave her a 3.5. Drinks. So I was very pleased with my drink that I got. The what was it called? Spritz of some kind.
Italian spritz?
Some kind of Italian spritz. Anyway, it was kind of like this weird martini. What did we call it? A martini.
Like a martini mimosa.
Yeah.
Had an olive in it, but it was Prosecco.
Yeah.
Had a little bit of sweetness, a little bit of saltiness on ice.
I very much enjoyed it. It was different. It was refreshing.
It was refreshing.
I don't know that it was worth
$19.
Yeah. Like that seems a little pricey to me for what I got. But, and I think I probably felt the same about your sangria.
My sangria was 16. I agree. Like it was a good sangria. But it was $16 for I mean, it's full of ice and just, I don't know. I didn't feel like, I mean, I drank the whole thing over dinner. I didn't feel anything. But I mean, I know it was wine in there. So, I don't know. I think above average, not like crazy, like I'm going to be back to have these drinks or anything like that. So I think we settled on 3.5.
Yep. All right, food. I was very surprised about. So, and it was like, we kind of toyed between, I'll just say, we toyed between a 4 and a 4.5 on this one. Because some things were really, really excellent. Like my dish was fantastic.
I was jealous of your dish there.
Yeah. Dan's, go ahead.
Well, I was just say the tiramisu was fantastic.
Oh, yeah.
So much better than the tiramisu at Maria and Enzo's.
Yeah.
I guess we can get to that.
Yeah. So, but my meal was fantastic. The tiramisu was fantastic. The olive oil with the bread was fantastic.
But the bread,
yeah.
The bread wasn't so hot.
Right. And the calamari was really good. And then your meal was good, but it wasn't like out of this world. So anyway, it just kind of like some things were a little here and some things were a little here. So
they were all well above average.
Yes.
But I think the olive oil, the tiramisu, and your dish were like 4.5.
Yeah.
The rest of it was probably a 4. The bread was probably maybe a 3.5. Because the bread, while it was free, the best thing about the bread was the olive oil. It was just like a vehicle to get the olive oil into your mouth, which was real Italian olive oil, which was very, very good. But again, it was free. My problem with my dish, super fresh, very, very fresh. The gnocchi was cooked perfectly. I would have preferred a little bit more seasoning in mine because while being fresh, it was not, I needed some salt. Okay.
Yeah.
And I know they know how to do salt back there because yours was seasoned excellently.
perfectly.
It was like,
Yeah.
it was that craving that you get when you eat like movie theater popcorn, which is like this perfect like butter, salt mix balance thing.
Yeah.
That was your dish. Like it was the
With
perfect.
a little bit of sweetness from that melon.
The creaminess, the cheesiness, the saltiness, like it was the perfect fat salt flavor ratio with a little bit of sweetness. It was wonderful, seasoned great. So I wished mine was seasoned a little bit more like yours.
Yeah. So anyway, we ended at a 4 for the food because of that, just because of the like kind of some things being really, really great and some things not being as good. All in all, if you add all that up and divide it out, it makes it a 3.75.
Here's my takeaway here, because that doesn't mean a whole lot. Again, if we're rating it a 4 or above, we're definitely going back. I probably won't be back here anytime soon. Not because it wasn't good, because it was. I mean, anything over a 3 is good
Right.
at Disney, right?
Yeah.
Because there's so many other things to try. And if I'm going to Italy to eat a table service meal, I'm going to spend less money by getting a pizza, which I personally enjoy more at Via Napoli. So that's where I'm going. I'm going to Via Napoli. Our bill with tip, everything, and a 15% DVC discount was $150 something. Now we got a lot. We got an appetizer, a dessert, 2 entrees, and 2 adult beverages. And a good tip. And so, but still $150 is a lot for a late lunch, early dinner when we could probably go for the 2 of us. I don't remember, what did we spend at Via Napoli? We got a bunch of stuff.
We did, but I mean, we've gone before with the 4 of us and have only gotten the Mezzo Metro pizza. And that's typically what, around
$80, something like that?
I think
85?
I think the pizza's less, but then we get like a picture of
Yeah, and tip and tax and
Yeah.
everything. So anyway, I mean, probably a little more than half.
and that feeds all 4.
And that feeds all 4. Yeah. Anyway, so if I'm going to Italy, I'm going to Via Napoli. I personally enjoy it more. I will definitely be back to Via Napoli, not so much this place. But if you want an upscale Italian meal, I mean,
It was good.
yeah, it was good.
All right, if you are liking these videos, please hit that like and subscribe button so you don't miss the next one.
And we will see you on the next video.